those banners in the sky, baby. Welcome in to Hold My Banner. Travis Thomas here with the walking, talking, triple-double. Ante Campbell, balled out Division I, Fresno State and UTEP. My esteemed producer. Ante, we did not have to sweat in Game 2 the same way we sweat in Game 1 for a Celtics win.
Man, thank God, 2Ts. This team finally woke up. JB's getting buckets. JT, finally started to figure it out in the second half. Thank God, man.
Bro. And now, Tyrese Halliburton banged up. Boy, doesn't it just feel like this series is over, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's probably a wrap at this point.
I would think so. All right, so listen, we'll bring Ante back later in the program. He always comes in with a game. We'll see what he brings for me this time. We appreciate you, brother. And I obviously want to start with Game 2 because, look, party people, welcome to the Jaylen Brown show. I mean, are you kidding me? When I watch him play, it almost reminds me of like a great jazz song in a way. I grew up listening to jazz because my dad was into it. I was young. I didn't care about jazz. But as I got older, I appreciated it more because in a great jazz song, it can be slow, quiet, and then build to a crescendo. That's Jaylen Brown's game. We have seen him consistently do this all playoffs long, this playoffs, and we've seen it in past playoffs. We don't have the same issues here of the other guy we talk about a lot, right? Like Jaylen Brown consistently can either go to the cup on you, dunk it in your face, finish strong, right? Like the crescendo of a jazz song, or he can just be smooth and silky. He's a streaky shooter, but when he is in a funky groove, I mean, it is poetry in motion. It's beautiful to watch. And watching Game 2, watching him dismantle the Pacers, tying a playoff career high for 40 points, putting a 40-burger on the Pacers, it was so smooth. He was doing anything he wanted to do. He's not demonstrative. He's not in your grill. But he was going to the cup, no problem. He was dancing on you, boogieing on you. He was shooting. This guy is just so smooth. And listen, the thing I would say all of us love the most about him specifically, he's not afraid of the moment. He's not afraid of the big stage. He's not afraid to have the last shot, take the last shot, want the ball in the waning moments of a game. Imagine that. So kudos to him. And listen, the beauty of Jaylen Brown going off, I always notice this, and it's not taking anything away from Jason Tatum, but in Jaylen Brown big games, when I look at the box score, when I watch these games, other guys eat too. I mean, even Tatum, who I brought up, he was efficient last night, 23 points, but Derek White had 23 points. Peyton Pritchard, big night off the bench. I'm looking at the numbers here. Drew Holiday, double-double. So Jaylen Brown dominates the game, but other guys also get involved and get in the groove. That's why I compare him to jazz. It's smooth. Everyone can get involved here. It's not heavy metal. It's not a rager. It's not a Travis Scott mosh pit at a concert. This guy is just unbelievable, and it really is a pleasure to watch him cook, and it's consistent. That's the best part about it. Now, look, predictions for Game 3. Can we just be honest? I mean, Ante and I just said this to start the show. Boy, doesn't it just feel like the series is over? I look, maybe wrongly predicted. We'll see, because it ain't over yet. But cue the band, because I thought this would be a 6-game competitive series that the Celtics would win. Not only did I predict going 6, but I thought the Pacers, for the most part, would be in each and every one of these games. And now with Tyrese Halliburton, the uncertainty, with him being banged up, it just feels like that Game 1 loss was so deflating to this young team, because even though we gave credit to Jason Tatum for the overtime contributions he made, Lord knows not at the end of regulation, Jaylen Brown made that happen at the end of regulation to force overtime. But in the end, it really was more so a Pacers choke job with the turnovers, just botching a lot of things late in that game, then it was impressive for the Celtics. But I just, after watching Game 2 last night, don't feel as though a young Pacers team can really bounce back from that deflating Game 1 loss. I think it obviously took a lot out of them, and now you add in, insult to injury, quite frankly, pun intended, with Tyrese Halliburton getting hurt. It just doesn't really feel like this team is going to win a game, let alone go 6. The prospects of them winning a game in this series are bleak at best. I am a bit surprised with that. Here's Joe Mazzulla after the big Game 2 win. It just feels like the Pacers are cooked. Take a listen.
Joe, you talked about the chaos that Indiana's style of play presents. How did you feel like tonight your discipline offensively was able to help quell that? And then how was just the defense's ability to kind of read all those little micro decisions smooth out?
Yeah, the first way to defend these guys is to attack them, and you can't defend them if you're not playing disciplined offense because they get you in 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s, 4-on-3s, cross-matched, and then, your communication and your individual principles become harder. So the first step to defending them is attacking them, and then when you make it 5-on-5, they just test your communication and discipline. I thought tonight we handled that a lot better. I thought tonight we handled our adjustments and our matchup execution better. And I thought when you play in the chaos, you have to embrace the chaos. And so there's going to be possessions where it is chaotic and you just have to be ready to handle it. And I thought our guys did a good job of handling it with just multiple efforts.
Joe, to take care of home court and go on the road, a place where you've been successful this postseason with a 2-0 lead, what does that do for the confidence of the group?
I don't know. I know only thing we should be thinking about is they were down 2-0 a series ago and they brought to Game 7 and they do a great job protecting their home court. They're undefeated at home. And so it's going to take a lot more than confidence to get the job done. And we have to focus on the details and the execution and the mindset, the right things that go into playing against a team like this at home. And I know they're going to respond, and so it's up to us to do the same.
Look, that's coach speak. Him saying, well, they were down 2-0 before and they came back and made it a series against the Knicks. Yeah, because the Knicks were held together by bubble gum and duct tape, like in a paper clip. This is the opposite here. The Celtics are getting healthier, like Kristaps Porzingis, although now at this point, why do you even play him in this series, quite frankly? But we understand he's getting healthy. He's coming back. So this Celtics team is getting stronger where the Knicks team was falling apart. So, respect to Joe Mazzulla. Obviously, we understand it's coach speak. You got to say all the right things, not give the other team bulletin board material, but stick a fork in the Pacers. They're falling apart at the seams now. Halliburton getting banged up. I just think this thing is over. But here's a reality for the Celtics when you really think about it. They kind of are damned if they do, damned if they don't. Think about this. If they lose a close game, loudmouths like me are the first ones to say, you continue to botch late game situations. You continue to be poor in late games, right? If they beat an inferior team, well, we're like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. If they lose to an inferior team, oh, my God, we call them every name in the book. They're fugazi, they're pretenders, not real contenders. If they blow a team out like we saw in Game 2, you hear all the chatter. What's everyone saying now? It's about time. This is what they should do all the time. And now it's the age-old debate, right? We've heard this over and over again since these two have been together. Whose team is it? Who's the leader? Who's the man? Who gives a rat's ass? Just go get a title. All those conversations can be had over time. No problem. Big picture topics. I do this for a living. That's a gift that keeps on giving. Is it Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown? Now's not the time. At this point, this Celtics team may be on the precipice of winning an NBA title. That's why I say you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You blow out a team. Why don't you do that all the time? Whose team is it anyway? You barely beat a team. Oh, look at this. They're not even winning right. You lose to a team. They're fakes. You can't win. So just win. Go get the banner And we can have the big topic conversation later. Screw all that other stuff. I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm looking at these numbers for Jason Tatum coming into game 2. This is a reality for this team. I mean, look, you have 2 All-Stars. Jason Tatum is a first-team All-NBAer. Coming into that game 2 last night, he averaged 32 points, 12 boards, 6 assists, and 3 steals per game. I mean, meanwhile, in game 2, he was just efficient with 23, and Jaylen Brown went off. It's the reality of this team. They are so loaded. And look, we can say, and I've said it, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Drew Holiday has carried Jason Tatum up to this point. It doesn't even really matter with this team. They are so loaded, so talented. They love each other so much. It's so cliche to say, right? Like, they're actually a team. And we're just not used to seeing that. We're used to our stars being dominating and domineering and get on my back and Mamba mentality. And I took that personally. Michael Jordan, Last Dance stuff. Not all teams are the same. We've just seen that. We've grown accustomed to seeing that. Maybe it can work for the Celtics team. Lord knows. I'm looking in the mirror here. It's driving me nuts because I want what we're all used to. But that's not how this team does things. It's not how they roll. It's not. Even though Joe Mazzulla works my damn nerves with his lack of whiteboarding and his inexplicable timeouts from time to time and his tough guy talk in the media, I don't love that stuff. But I do always give him credit where it's due. He has his teams ready to go. His guys love each other. This is their personality. I think he's allowed them to be themselves. You know, he hasn't made anyone like step up and be the guy and talk to the team and all that. He's letting them be them. And this is their personality. You ever heard Jaylen Brown talk? How about Jason Tatum? I mean, this is who they are. They're quiet, nice guys. And so I think this is how they're going to win. We'll see, because there's a couple killers out west, which brings me to that, because I am not the I told you so guy, but have I not been on point with the Dallas Mavericks from the opening series all the way now to the Western Conference Finals? And I even nailed game 1. Option for them, which they so desperately need to win this series. I told you coming into this, the soundbite messed up there, but I basically said Kyrie and Luka can carry this team to the finals, right? I said the supporting cast is what really matters. The Timberwolves are going to have to make a decision here. If you're the T-Wolves, do you shut down the supporting cast and you live with Kyrie and Luka cooking you? Or do you basically say, hey, listen, we got to throw everything we got, all of our resources, on trying to neutralize these 2 stars, if nothing else? You're not going to shut them down. No one can do that. The Bad Boys Pistons are not shutting down Kyrie and Luka. But the Timberwolves are good enough defensively. You can slow them down. You can neutralize them. But you take the chance of these other guys, these ancillary pieces, maybe lighten you up. And if you're the Timberwolves, there's no way I could sleep at night losing a series because P.J. Washington went off on me for 4 games. I just can't have it. So I'd much rather shut down the supporting cast. Well, what do you know? Guess what happened? Kyrie and Luka carried them because no one else on that team did a G-damn thing except those 2. I mean, Luka here, 33 points, Kyrie 30. And by the way, Kyrie's 30 were a little more devastating because he was getting those big shots late. He was cooking you. So, look, I predicted it that the Mavs would steal game 1 in Minnesota, and that's exactly what happened. Now, in the end, I do believe, as I've told you, it'll be the Mavs, it'll be the Celtics in the finals. The reality is Kristaps Porzingis is coming back. So that's why I'll give the edge to the Celtics, because they do have a true big 3. And, 3 beats 2 where I'm from. I don't know about your math. And really, the way the Celtics are playing right now, it's more than those 3. So I'll take the Celtics to beat the Mavs in the finals, but it's going to have everything you want. The ratings are going to be great. 2 major markets. You have the Luka, a great player, Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown, great players, chasing rings for legacies. Obviously, the Kyrie angle with Boston is going to be salacious. I just think even Kristaps Porzingis, even though there's no enemies there, like, he's going to want to beat the Mavericks. That's his former team. You have 2 galvanizing head coaches there with personalities, former players. I just think in the end, whether you get the Mavs, maybe Luka gets a legacy ring, Kyrie wins one without LeBron, Celtics banner 18, hence the name of the show. I'm leaving the Pacers out of this, okay? Timberwolves maybe getting their first ring ever for a franchise. We win as fans. Like, it's a win for us. So let's try to just exhale and enjoy the ride because it's going to be awesome. All right, and with that, I bring in Ante Campbell, who, listen, Ante does not love when I get all braggadocious on the show. So I just find it a little bit suspicious that the soundbite of me predicting the Mavs winning game 1 didn't play right, Ante. I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying it's a little bit suspicious.
Yeah,
That's all.
Yeah, you could probably blame me for that one. But look, I have to say, Travis, man.
Oh, wait. Okay. We can play it.
Okay, play it.
Yeah.
Can we play
it
so
let's
Travis
play
can get
that.
off my back, please?
Yeah, Ante. How about this? Sometimes I'm right on this show every now and again, I know you don't like to admit that.
Yeah, let's hear it.
A little birdie told me we have it.
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
If I'm the Timberwolves, I'm trying to shut down the supporting cast. I don't know if I'm using all my resources trying to slow down, because you're not shutting down Luka or Kyrie. I just don't know if I'm using my resources trying to really even slow them down. If I'm the Timberwolves and I lose the series because Kyrie and Luka took it to me, I could sleep good at night with that. I mean, those are 2 Hall of Fame players. What are you going to do? It's their time, right? But if the Timberwolves lose the series because the supporting cast ate them up, because they did a good job neutralizing Luka and Kyrie, that's a tough pill to swallow for that franchise. So I'm going to go on a limb here and say that the Mavericks steal game 1. I believe Luka and Kyrie are going to do what they've been doing, and then anybody will step up in the big spot and provide that third scoring option for them, which they so desperately need to win this series. Oh, it just feels so good to pat myself on the back. Excuse me while I kiss the sky.
Oh, my God. Somebody's got to get a freaking needle and just pop your ego, bro. But you're right from time to time. And, I've been wrong from time to time. I can't say I did predict the Wolves to win that one. They were right there. It was anybody's game, but yeah. I'll give you your flowers on that one.
Thank you.
All right, Trav. Since you want to talk, let's talk about fits now.
Oh.
We need to talk Wicked or Kick It.
Okay.
We're bringing it back. It's a Friday episode.
Yeah.
So first we're going to start off with an outfit from Jaylen Brown.
All right.
This was actually the fit he wore before that game 1 big shot.
Okay. Wicked or Kick It. We judge NBA player drip here. Listen, since Jaylen Brown hit that big shot at the end of game 1, I'm going to automatically go Wicked. Okay. I'm not going to tell you how much I hate this outfit because it looks like 2 separate outfits eating each other. To me, it looks like
here you go.
It looks like the pants have an additional waistline. There's a usual normal waistline, but these have an extendo clip on it, and it's eating the top shirt. Can we get this full, Ryan? Our esteemed director, Ryan, working very hard in the back. Look at this waistline here. It appears as though it's eating the shirt itself, but then if you notice in that corner right there, the shirt is fighting for its life and saying, no, I'm going to eat you, pants. So it looks like 2 separate outfits competing for Jaylen Brown. However, he hit the game-winner shot, so even though I hate it, I'm giving him Wicked because that was a wicked shot he hit.
Yeah, I I don't know what to think about this outfit.
Is that a backhanded compliment?
Yeah, I don't know what to think about this outfit, man. Honestly, like, it's giving me like tribal, like what's that? Katniss Everdeen vibes. I have no idea what this is. Like, To Kill a Mock. Like, bro, what is this? Like, I don't know what this is. It looks like he's like at the top, like a half teddy bear ate his body or something like that. It's like half man, half teddy bear. And then the like black boots at the bottom. I can't do this one, Travis. This one isn't kicking for me.
Come on.
This one's bad.
He
Look,
hit the shot,
he's
bro.
hooping. He's hooping right now. But his designer needs to be fired because he can keep his basketball trainer because he's got him right. But the designer's got to go, bro, because this is awful.
This outfit reeks of I make way too much damn money.
Yeah.
Because when you make a lot of money, man, like you just putting on stuff for the sake of putting on stuff that costs a lot. This probably costs so much money, this outfit, and nobody is broke enough to say, hey, man, this outfit sucks. Yeah. Like everybody's got too much money where you just put it on and you go, yeah, that works. Go
and
ahead,
who's going to check him? Tatum? He's going to say, hey, bro,
Right.
you've only made 1-3 in every game we played in the playoffs so far, bro. Don't talk to me. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bro, this is a kick it, though. 2.2. This is awful. Awful. All right, man. I'm tired of talking about this fit because I don't want to hate on this guy because I like the way he's been playing. But, all right, let's switch it over to Karl Anthony Towns. What do you think of his fit from game 1?
You had to do Tatum like that, bro. that was out of pocket.
I'm sorry.
You've been 1-3 all series. Don't be talking to me.
What is he going to say, man? What is he going to say?
So you know what? I actually like this outfit. I don't love the like Ryan, if we can get a full of just a pants, I don't know what's going on there. Like, are those like kangaroo front pouches for pockets? Like, what's happening? So I don't. Yeah, like look at these. What are those? What's in the front? Are those pouches or like what is that?
I have no
See where the
idea.
flap is? Like, are those your pockets? So that's weird. It's got some kangaroo vibes, but I do like look. This is like a traditional look, right? The jersey, the white shoes, the jeans, the bag, the fire truck in the background. I'm assuming that's him. He's so clean. He ain't even closed the door.
Facts.
You see that truck in the back? The door is still open. Like he just leave it open, baby. Like leave it open. I mean, that is gangster.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Wicked here. I don't love the kangaroo pouches, but I don't hate it enough to kick it. So I'm going Wicked here.
Hey, Trav, you know I always love to do the music, bro.
Oh boy.
Doom, 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 doom. Many man wish death upon me. Yeah, I just like this one, bro, because it feels like it's a G Unit type of fit.
It is a G
you know what I'm
Unit
saying?
fit.
He's got the old school Malik Sealy jersey
Yeah,
on with
bro.
the Timberwolves. You know what I'm saying? With the green trees on the necklining and everything like
R.I.P.
that. You know? So it's a dope fit. I wish he would have got the win in this fit. You know what I'm saying? It would have made it even doper.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go Wicked because it gives me early 2000 rapper vibes.
It does give G
You know what I'm
Unit.
saying? He's looking swole.
Yeah, he's got a Lloyd Banks look to him right here.
Yeah, he's looking swole. The bag is simple. It's a clean, outfit. He's got it looks like some white Air Force Ones. Big boy, stepping in my Air Force Ones.
You're very musical. I like it.
Yeah, so I'm going to go Wicked on this one. This one's probably like a 7.8. 7.8.
So we dug that.
Yeah.
All right. Who's next?
Next, we got your boy, Obi Toppin.
What is... Okay, Ryan, you know where I'm going. I don't even need to tell our esteemed director. Yep. What in the deep blue sea is this? What's on this vest, dog? Is this algae? Is this seaweed? Like, what kind of barnacle? Like, what is this? First of all, you and I have disagreed on this before. Don't zoom in no more, Ryan. This is disgusting. You and I have already disagreed on this.
Yeah.
I don't like vests, dog. Like, I get too... No, go back, Ryan. Just don't zoom in too much. It was too much. Yeah, right here. This is too Magic Mike. I keep telling you, these vests give off Magic Mike 1, 2, and 3, starring Obi Toppin. Like, what are we doing? Put a shirt on, bro. Don't nobody want to see all of your body. Like, what are you doing? Put a shirt on or don't wear a vest. And if you do wear a vest, have a shirt under it and damn sure don't have no algae on your vest. This is stupid and dumb, and you know it. I'm kicking it all the way back to the bottom of the ocean where it belongs.
Trav, you hate everything, bro. And
You like this vest, bro?
I just gotta sing one more song for you, okay?
Oh
Because
my
I'm feeling
God!
real
It better be
musical
"Pony"
today.
by Genuine.
No, it's girl. I really want to work this out because I'm tired of fighting. A Marion B2K kind of fit he got on right here. You know what I'm saying?
I got a nice box where my
My
heart.
heart used to be. I got this ice.
Yo, you are
box.
crazy, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So I like it because
What?
of that. Yeah. I do agree. He's got this marine animal kids book kind of.
Bro, what do you mean you like it?
Bro, you hate everything, bro. It's expression, and he's being himself. You know what I'm saying?
Ante, let me ask you something.
What's up?
You wearing this outfit to Southie on a Friday night? Yes or no? Yes or no? Say it. You know damn well it's hell no.
You know, they're not going to rock with me and Southie on this because, you know, the Southie outfit is the jeans. He's got the jeans, the white shoes, of course. You got to have the white shoes, and then a white top. That's
You
what
wearing
all
this
the
in the
girls wear in
Seaport?
Southie.
You wearing this in the Seaport?
No. I'm not wearing this in the Seaport either because that's a classy joint. You know what I'm saying?
Where are you wearing this at?
Ooh, I don't know, man.
Never.
I'm gonna have to on a nice stroll down Back Bay. You know what
You
I'm
are
saying?
a liar.
Yeah,
You're
a
liar.
I will rock this. You know, I got to get in the gym a little bit more and get my abs on swole. But once I do, I'm gonna be wearing this outfit. I'm gonna wear it to the office one day.
Listen, bro. If you wear that to this office, we fighting. I'm just telling you right
if
now.
I wear this to the office, I might get fired. They're gonna be looking at me crazy, dog.
Bro, you gonna have a bad day. That if you wear this to the office, dog, you definitely getting reported to HR and getting fired. And we running a fade, so you just got the worst day ever.
Oh man, I'm winning that fade though, Trav. I'm winning that
Bro,
one. I'm not gonna let you disrespect
I
me.
cannot, Ante. There is no way. You might catch me on any day. If you beat me up in this vest, I can never show my. I can't lose fighting somebody in a vest like this with their chest out.
my
I can't
God.
lose, dog. There's no way I can lose that day.
I'm gonna be like Debo. What fight, punk? You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm coming that day. Straight Debo vibes.
Bro, get this off of the screen, Ryan. I can't take it. It's going to make me throw up in my mouth.
man.
All right, let's talk Wolves and Mavs here. So you had to admit that I was right for game one.
Of course.
But let's talk big picture. Let's talk series here.
Yep.
I mean, what are we thinking here with this series? Because obviously game two is upon us. I mean, how do you see game two playing out? And then are you still on the Timberwolves in the series? Because game two's tonight, obviously. It's still in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be, even though I'm on the Mavs here,
Yep.
I think this is going 7 games.
Yeah.
And I would be shocked if the Mavericks win tonight. I would.
Yeah, I honestly don't even remember. You know I was on the fence of like, I don't know. You asked me today is one.
You were
asked me
leaning
tomorrow
Wolves.
You know, I think I was leaning Wolves. I think I'm still going to lean Wolves. I think game 2 tonight is going to go to the Wolves. I think Anthony Edwards is going to have a better game. He's learned from the mistake of calling out Kyrie because Kyrie made him feel it, boy, in game 1. And he was tired and huffing and puffing at the end of game 1. So I think he's learned from that. He's going to have a different approach to really spread out his play. His team really needs him on offense. 19 points is not enough for him to get over the hump against this team. So I look to see him be a bigger part of the offense tonight. So I'm going to go Wolves in game 2. I'm going to stick with them. But like I said, you ask me again tomorrow, I might, switch with Mavs. But I'm going to stick with Wolves in 7. It's going to be a really fun series to watch.
I always lean on you, the athlete, on this show. So I ask you, because I just don't actually believe there's any way to defend this guy.
Yes.
How do you defend Kyrie Irving? Because I say that because Anthony Edwards is such an elite defender. That's why he calls out whoever he wants, because usually the result is shut down city.
Yeah.
But I just, from where I sit, from my viewpoint, if you try to get up too close on Kyrie, he's putting you in a blender. Like his dribble package is just the best, maybe of all time. And I don't know if that's, I was an AI fan. I have not seen handles like AI since Kyrie. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So if you try to get up on him and press him, he can cook you.
Yeah.
And then I almost kind of feel like you have to play back. But if you give him the shot and he's in rhythm, you're toast.
Right.
I just don't know how you – and if he gets anywhere near the rim, he's probably one of the best finishers in the league
100%.
with either hand. How do you defend Kyrie?
The honest answer is you can't. He guards himself. If he misses, he has an off night. That's really kind of on him. But the best thing that you can do for any guy who can score on his at his level with his ability is just change up the looks, man. Like give him, you know what I mean, a shot going to his left, a shot going to his right. You know what I mean? Try to switch it up, throw a lot of different defenses at him. Maybe blitz a ball screen one time, maybe a little drop coverage the next time. Just make him think, you know what I mean, about the game is probably the best way to go against him. But honestly, like I said, like when he's playing like he played in game one, you just kind of got to tip your hat and say, hey, he's one of the best in the world at putting the ball in the hole. So I really wouldn't worry about it too much. You just got to try to like send multiple guys at him. They can't only task, obviously, Anthony Edwards to be the only guy to guard against him. They have a lot of good defenders on that team. Jaden Daniels is one of them. McDaniels is one of them. And then, obviously, you have, Ant's counterparts as well as a part of that team that do well on the defensive end. So you have to just play team defense. That's really the honest answer. Play team defense.
Listen, this is one of the reasons, and the Timberwolves play great team defense.
Yeah.
But it was one of the reasons why I picked the Mavs in the series, because when you talk about their IQ of a Kyrie, basketball IQ, because I think the guy's a moron, but when you talk basketball IQ from him and Luka, athleticism from him and Luka, skill set, they are both very skilled players. They don't just rely on athleticism.
Yeah.
I just think they are a handful for anybody. And, look, maybe that's why I asked you that question, because maybe team defense is the answer.
Yeah.
Because Ant said after game one, man, I was tired. Right. I bet you were.
Right.
Chasing that little joker around. For all the latest and everything Boston sports and pop culture, roll with us on Boston has entered the chat. You can get the full episode on YouTube, Facebook, and wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you follow us on all your social media accounts for all of our best content. All right, so the all-NBA teams have been announced. I know you have a beautiful graphic that you've spent all day working hard on. So if you want to look at the teams, here they go. I don't have any issues here, Ante, with anyone on any of these teams except one. And we're looking at them right now. On that second team, get Kawhi Leonard out of my face. At this point, Kawhi Leonard being on anything feels like a Lifetime Achievement Award. This guy has given you absolutely nothing for years now. So, with that being said, everyone always talks about snubs and who didn't make it and this, that, and the third. I go the opposite. I look at who would I take off of the list. Mm-hmm. Now, I know some people I saw on Twitter were complaining about Kevin Durant being on it. Kevin Durant's numbers were still very, very good. Yeah. He's still Kevin Durant. Like, I don't really have a problem with that. Kawhi's the only one I have a problem with. So I really only have one slot available in my mind.
Yeah.
You can make the case for Jaylen Brown. You can make the case for Tyrese Maxey. Mm-hmm. You can make the case, I know he's a rookie. You can make the case for Wemby. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I wouldn't push back on any one of those three.
Yeah.
But I am pushing the hell back on Kawhi Leonard. I'm about sick of him. What say you? Any snubs? Or are you happy with all these?
Yeah, I'm happy for the most part. I think Jaylen Brown and Maxey are guys that I would look to get in. And like you said, if I have guys that I would look to get in, I'll obviously have to look to get guys out. I don't say Wemby for a lot of the same reasons we talked in the last episode.
Yeah.
He just didn't affect winning for the Spurs this year.
Sure, that's fair.
But for the guys that I would kind of look to get out of there, obviously, you're going to look at the NBA third team, Tyrese Halliburton, and then LeBron James. And for multiple reasons. Tyrese Halliburton, I would look to get out and put in Tyrese Maxey, because in the second half of the season, he just wasn't that guy that we saw that was an all-star. He struggled a lot with his shot. Obviously, we know he has had the hamstring injury then and missed 10 games, and that really kind of messed up his flow of his game. So he really wasn't the same player. I think Maxey should get more credit for carrying a team that we saw had nobody without Joel Embiid, who only played 39 games in the regular season this year. Maxey averaged 26 and 6 assists and got that team into the 7th seed pretty much all by himself.
Yeah.
I think there should be some credit towards that, and that brings me to the point of LeBron James. Anthony Davis, we know, was a star this year for this team.
Stayed relatively healthy, too.
The Lakers were terrible for most of the season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think they deserve to have 2 guys in the All-NBA team, especially if the 76ers, who were also in the 7th seed on the Eastern Conference side, didn't even get one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they had one young guy carrying the team, and LeBron had the opportunity to have a guy who was playing all-world on all the offense and defense. LeBron should probably not be in. I know people aren't going to like that take, but
yeah, you tripping.
I think Jaylen Brown should get in because of that, because they were the number 1 team far and away. He was the second best or best player on that team. He should have the opportunity to get notarized for that, and just get celebrated for the opportunity that the Celtics and him and Jaylen Jason Tatum got the opportunity to do. So,
well, listen, I'm going to just tell you right now, as long as LeBron James is in this league, he will be on an all-NBA team. You can guarantee that.
I understand. But, you know what I mean? It's just the honest truth. I think Jaylen Brown had a better season than LeBron.
I saw J.B. Bickerstaff was fired. I thought this was unjust. Ante, I told you, I think this all comes back to Donovan Mitchell. Clearly, there was an issue there with those two, and you know what? Like, I guess the Cavs chose sides, right? Like, we're going to keep the star and replace the coach. But J.B. Bickerstaff, 170 and 159 overall in 5 seasons. He just won a playoff series. I mean, he comes from good coaching stock. His dad was a successful, longtime NBA head coach. They won 99 games the past few seasons. It just feels like I don't love it.
Yeah.
But it did also feel as though that franchise was obviously at a crossroads where they had to make a decision. Is it the star? Is it the coach? Do we blow this up or not? And so he gets the axe. But I think he's a really good coach. If I was the Lakers, I would consider him over J.J. Redick. I really would.
Yeah, I would do the same. Honestly, he's a great coach. I have no question about that. But talking about the Cavs job, I would really love to see Sam Cassell get the opportunity finally, as we talked about before. He's a coach that's probably should have been a head coach a long, long time ago. He's going to have an opportunity to win the NBA championship here. If he does do that, him and Charles Lee, who we also know is becoming the head coach of the Hornets, should get the opportunity to be a head coach in the NBA. So he's a great guy for them to kind of interview for this role. I would love to see that. And if he does get in, I would also love to see him bring in Phil Handy, who got fired as part of the staff with Darvin Ham and the Lakers. He's been really good at player development for the Lakers over the years. I think he would be a great asset to them to be able to help Mobley if Mobley ends up staying in Cleveland. Karis LeVert. And I really want to see him build Isaac Okoro. I think Isaac Okoro has been a guy that they liked but not loved in Cleveland, and I think he can become a guy that is loved in Cleveland. He just needs a coach that's really going to buy into him 24/7. I think Phil Handy could be a guy like that.
I love that. I think that's well said. All right, the WNBA officially announced. We already knew it was coming, but they made it official like a referee blowed a whistle saying Toronto is going to get an expansion team in 2026. Drake was there, Kyle Lowry, Ujiri, all in the building celebrating this. So obviously this is huge for the WNBA. But listen, it's also huge for Canada. In fact, Sparks guard and Canadian native Kia Nurse talked about the significance of Canada now receiving a WNBA team.
Hey, Kia, Alexis Davis, Anscape, and the next. We actually got to talk the first day when CBC first came out with it, but the WNBA hadn't made it official yet. But can you just speak from a standpoint of, you were a young girl that didn't have a Canada WNBA team in market. Just how you think that will be changed now, how they will have role models. They'll be able to have those player interactions and not have to travel to the States for that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big proponent of if you can see it, then you can be it. And so I think that's a big piece of it is having those role models. And like you mentioned, first time I was able to actually see women's basketball, I was in the States. And so to be able to, be in a place where this is kind of the next generation, I think we'll see it. Like we'll see the reaction of it right away in terms of, the support and the fan base and the excitement and the community work that I know the organization will do and the way that the community will surround the team. But I think it's really those generations that are coming up now and then a little bit in 10 15 years that's going to be the big kicker. I think when you talk about Canadian basketball players right now, whether it's us that are in the WNBA or those who are in the NBA, a lot of us will tell you we're kind of the Vince Carter generation kids, and the way that he kind of came into the Toronto Raptors and he put basketball on the map in a very hockey based country, we are now kind of seeing how that has reaped benefits for our generation. And now we have all these players who are not only just playing at the highest level, but are playing in successful roles on successful teams in the highest level. So to be able to have that for young women, I think is going to be something that's truly special. And as an athlete and, athletes with our Canadian national team as well, we understand that a lot of it's not just about being able to have opportunities to play in a professional league, because we get it. Not everybody's going to be a professional athlete, but to want to play and to have something that they can work towards and kind of see that this is what basketball can do for me, the life skills that they're going to learn along the way are so, so important. So it's not only going to be a ripple effect for Canadian women in basketball, but it'll be a ripple effect for Canadian women in general in society and leadership roles. That'll be really, really important.
I mean, that's awesome. Look, you and I have talked about this. I think it's just tremendous what's happening in the WNBA in terms of growth and ratings and ticket sales and the whole nine. Now, Kia Nurse is going to have her hands full tonight because they host Caitlin Clark and the Fever. Ante, you and I have been incorrectly predicting the Fever's first win. Does it happen tonight, Ante?
Yeah, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no, but if they don't get this one, they're going to have a long streak of losses. They're going to have a couple more games before they probably get an opportunity to face a team that they can probably beat. So I'm going to say no just because I think this Sparks team, once again, has great guards like Kia who are going to beat up Caitlin and make her work for everything that she's got. I think Caitlin's going to have her final breakout game where everybody's like, okay, she's arrived.
She's been playing well.
Right. And I think Aaliyah has been playing well as well. But I just don't think they have enough bullets in the gun to really get it going. So, I'm going to say no.
I mean, listen, bro, this is the truth, right? Like Caitlin Clark's starting to get a better feel for the pros, and she's playing well. But the Fever drafted number one for a reason, right? It's going to take a while. Mm-hmm. It just is. And everyone's expecting her to just come in and win a title or something out of the gate. It's just not going to happen. It's going to take a while for player development and, Lord knows, for team development. 100%. Ante, we appreciate you per usual, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for your contributions, and we'll see you the next show. Listen, I want to end with this. Can we just try and enjoy the ride here? If the Celtics are indeed going to get banner 18, and we don't know, but isn't it not looking pretty promising at this point? The Pacers just don't even seem to be in the same weight class. And then out west, it just feels like we are destined for a long, physical, drawn-out, hard-fought series between two teams that don't have any experience winning titles either, in the Timberwolves and the Mavs. So, again, just like we've seen in the Eastern Conference side of things, the Celtics, in theory, should be well-rested, ready to rock and roll, waiting on two teams to beat the hell out of each other, and then they'll face whoever. I just think at this point, all the talk of whose team is this? Is it Jaylen Brown? Is it Jason Tatum? I mean, what are we doing? Let's try to enjoy the ride. By the way, I do think it's Jason Tatum's team. I do. I just think Jaylen Brown's more consistent in the moments that we want him to be. But Tatum at the podium's everything you want. I mean, Jaylen Brown dropped an expletive after Game 2 when asked about was he ticked off that he's not on the All-NBA team. And he answered it with a cuss word. Basically saying, no, I'm not upset. Well, why'd you just drop the F-bomb, brother? Like, please. This is Jason Tatum's team, but who cares? Just go get the title. For all of our best content of the day, make sure you follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. For Travis Thomas and Ante Campbell, hold my banner, baby, till we hold it next time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then. Peace.